Emily Norris.
Wow,
Welcome to No Parental Guidance. So happy to have you here.
Thank you so much for having me.
So we talk about our fails on the podcast, and we've heard yours, which was hilarious. And we also have our fails from our listeners, and we always choose some of the DMs that come in. So I'm going to share them with you today. This is from a dad of 4 kids. I was teaching my 4-year-old how to play bum slaps. Do you know what this is? I'm not sure if I do, actually. Oh, context. If you lose a game, football or whatever, you have to bend over and take a penalty at the bum. It's a thing, trust me.
I'm not sure about this.
Anyway, I recently had to explain to my son's teacher that I'm not beating him up before bed, but just demonstrating the age-old forfeit that comes with football.
Oh.
I don't know bum slaps.
I actually don't know that.
When you started reading that, I was like, oh my God, has my husband sent that in?
Yeah. I feel like if I asked my husband what that is, he'd probably be like, oh, yeah, it's a thing.
I have to ask Jessie. Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Yeah. Never heard of it. It's when your kids say stuff like that to teachers, though, isn't it?
Oh,
Where
yeah.
they'll be like, oh, my mum. I remember once I used to coach swimming, and this girl, the mum was sat watching the swimming lesson, and she always used to bring a partner, and then this one week the partner wasn't there, and so the mum was sat with her arm in a cast, and this kid was like, my daddy's not here. And I was like, oh, well, I'm sure he'll come next week to watch, come on, like move, swim. And he's like, because what happened is my mummy and daddy were arguing. She broke her arm and she's really angry. And I was like, oh, wow, well, let's just kick your legs. And I looked up at the mum and she was like horrified.
Oh, my God.
She came up to me after and she was like, basically what happened was we were moving some furniture and the husband had tried to maneuver. As he went to fall, he went to try and grab her to stop. And then it was like the worst accident ever. And the dad was so embarrassed. I never saw him again. And they were still together and happy.
Go back, shall we?
Oh my God. But in that moment, it was like, your dad did what?
Yeah, of course.
It's just they say things. It's like school teachers must hear the
Well, I had a moment
things.
actually at the school gates. When the teacher at the end of the day goes, can I just have a word? And you're like,
God,
oh no, what have I done? But we went on holiday to LA, and in LA, that weed and marijuana, it's legal. You smell it everywhere.
Yeah.
Anyway, my son was in reception, and they were doing the alphabet, and they said, wah, like W.
Oh God.
What is wah for? And he put up his hand, and he went, weed. And she was like, very good. And then he went, you smoke it.
Oh my God.
And so she pulled me at this school. I was like, no, we don't smoke it. I was like, we went to LA. I had to tell them what the cigarette was. And it was just so embarrassing.
As you stood there honestly, right?
If you just said weed and left it would have been fine. You smoke it.
You smoke it. That's brilliant.
Yeah,
oh
so
my
embarrassing.
gosh.
Oh my God, I love that. They're just the stuff they come out with. This fail's quite funny. I was on holiday with my husband and 2 kids, and I kept seeing this one family who would lay their towels out on the sunbeds early morning in the perfect shaded spot right by the pool, but then we wouldn't see them until the afternoon. Anyway, after the 4th day of seeing this happen, I was getting a bit of rage inside me. I went over and moved their towels and put our own ones down. Later, me and the fam are just sat there reading. The boys in the pool and his family storm over to me to demand their sun loungers back. I couldn't keep my cool and ended up having a row with them, and the hotel manager got involved. I just think how cool I could have played it, and I literally looked like a petty idiot in front of all the hotel guests.
That irritates me so much.
Yeah.
And I think some hotels now don't allow it. It actually says you cannot reserve beds with a towel.
We've witnessed quite a few sunbed wars. Yeah.
And you think, I'm paying the same amount as you for a holiday. So what makes it okay that you just come down, put your towels there?
It's absolute rubbish.
And then, off your son
rubbish.
to have a late breakfast when you're actually maybe just by the pool for a couple of hours and then you might be doing something. But with kids, you need somewhere to put the life jackets, the toys,
and also
the buckets.
you do want to be close to the water more when you have small kids. But, if you want to reserve the sun lounge, you're fine, but then just be there.
Yeah, just sit on it.
Don't put your stuff there and leave. I really hate that.
True, yeah.
I really, really despise that.
Yeah.
I'd rather, and you can imagine the arguments as well.
Yeah.
You can just, did you see that video that went viral? I think it was last summer of people running around the pool to try and get a spot. I mean.
Yeah, but then there is that, for the first few days, you're like, I'm not playing this game. And then by day 3, you're like, well, I'm going to have to.
Yeah, exactly.
If I need
to join them.
So then you like end up waking up early and trying to get a sunbed, but you think, who have I become?
Yeah, who have I become? I'm trying to relax on holiday.
Yeah. And you're waking up earlier than you would for work.
Scramble to lie down.
It's like you're doing the hacker when you get like poolside on a morning. Like, come on, get ready for it.
Yeah. So territorial.
This one is from somebody called Beth. And I've already read this and it did make me laugh out loud. We were on a long journey down to see my family in South Wales, and our son was about 3 or 4 at the time. He was fully toilet trained. We did it early, around 21 months. And because of that, we were feeling far too confident and decided we didn't need the changing bag anymore. Big mistake. He had a bit of an upset tummy for a few days beforehand, but off we went anyway. While we were stuck in traffic going over the Severn Bridge, he suddenly announced that he needs a poo. Cue instant panic. We're trying to calmly explain that we're on the motorway, on a bridge, and nowhere to stop. No hard shoulder, nothing, and asking him to please try and hold it. Okay. A couple of very stressful minutes later, he casually says, "Oh, I've done it." It took forever to get to the next services because of the traffic, and by the time we finally stopped, we had a poo all down his legs. For reasons I still don't understand, maybe we were flustered, maybe in a rush, we took him to the family breastfeeding room.
Oh, God.
Relatable. Which, crucially, oh my God, did not have a toilet. So there we were in a breastfeeding room with no toilet, trying to keep what can only be described as the breastfed baby poo off our toilet-trained preschooler's legs, using dry tissues, the poor child. That moment has scarred us for life. We now have an emergency baby wipes just in case.
I love that he wasn't bothered.
Yeah.
You know, like he wasn't traumatized. He was just like, I've done it.
Done
Like,
it.
yeah.
But I'm sure they were traumatized. It's just the smell of it, isn't it?
Oh,
Again, in the disabled toilet.
Oh, yeah. It is weird that those breastfeeding rooms have no toilet.
Yes.
Isn't it?
When you're like sat breastfeeding, you're thinking, I'm desperate for a wee. You've got a newborn baby.
Yeah.
When they're latched on, you could sit down. You could do a wee.
Yeah, there's always a queue in the main toilet.
Because it's like you're not going to go with your baby into the main toilets.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why they wouldn't have a toilet in there when
Yeah.
mum has been breastfeeding.
But also, I don't know if anyone else has this, but as soon as I go into like what you think is a toilet, my bladder just goes, let's go.
Yeah.
And then if there's no loo there, you're like, this is messing with my mind and my bladder. Like, I need to go, but I can't go. I'm changing a nappy and I can't. But also, it's a little unfair for mothers. You're going to change a nappy or breastfeed. Let us do everything at the same time in our own private space.
Yeah.
It's just weird.
I know, I'm saying
it is
breastfeed,
weird.
it's bottle feed as well because
It's just
you
a
do want
breastfeeder
these.
as
Yeah,
well.
it's just that privacy.
Yeah.
Sometimes I remember with my firstborn, I was so embarrassed that my breastfeeding journey didn't happen properly. I got to, I'd say about 7-8 weeks of breastfeeding him, and then he was so hungry. He was on the hungry baby formula. The doctor told me to put him on it. It was like, it was massive. And I was expressing all the time because I was like, he needs to have my breast milk. And I remember going to a baby group and everybody was breastfeeding and he just wasn't latching onto me. He was drinking my milk out of a bottle. And it got to the point where I was like, what the am I doing? Just give him formula.
Yeah.
And I remember going to the toilet to pretend that I'd breastfed him, and I didn't. I went in and shook the powder into the water, shook it up, and I fed him in the toilet. And he obviously guzzled it because he was like a legend.
Isn't that terrible though?
I was so
made you
embarrassed.
feel like you're failing when you're not.
Because I know that if I sat there with 8 women all breastfeeding, saying how their babies are sleeping, and I'm there like, my son won't latch on properly. I feel like I failed as a mother because I'm not breastfeeding him and I'm giving him formula and none of you are. You're going to look at me and think, she's not breastfeeding.
Isn't that awful? It's awful that us as mothers feel that shame and that guilt when actually we're doing the best that we can.
And if I saw my version of me there, I'd be like, listen, everybody's kids are going to be anyway, so don't worry about it. Like breastfed or bottle fed, nobody gives a It's not a reflection on you. As long as they're fed and happy, nobody cares. But
like you want to try, don't you?
Yeah,
but if you can, like then
And like my other two, it was fine.
Pumping is brutal as well, isn't it?
Really brutal.
It's so brutal.
I remember being at Twickenham Stadium and I was presenting the women's rugby sevens. There was 80,000 people there, and I was given, the LV breast pumps where you can put one here and one here. And I've got so many stories about like sports presenting where I've done this at live events where I've had my breast pumps in and and I'm like, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Rugby Sevens, a twerking of the women's final. And then as I inhaled, I just remember it like, and every time the producer's like, Hannah, could you like stop? And I'm like, it's just really coming out, you know, when it's like almost like squeezing a spot. And it's like, it's like, hold on,
feeling.
I can turn the volume like a little bit, but I need to keep the flow, because
those breast pumps are brilliant because you can do it remotely.
Yeah,
the ones where you're like plugged into the wall and you're just sitting there. Like, I feel like I don't even know what
an
I feel
actual
like.
cow.
An actual cow.
Literally, that's what it is.
That's it.
My 14-year-old daughter left her phone in the kitchen while I was cooking dinner, and it started to ping. I saw the messages coming in and the dings were annoying. Maybe she's perimenopausal. So I went to silence the phone, but as it's an old phone, it froze and then somehow managed to open up the app. It was Snap, and take a photo of my double chin. Mortified, I had to tell my daughter so she could sort it out, but it clearly looks like I was snooping or trying to be funny. She's been off with me for days. I've clearly embarrassed her.
My kids done it before. My kids got my Instagram before and gone live.
Yeah, nice.
I took my phone at a football match that I was watching. I was watching my other son play football. My elder son took my phone to go and get a tea or coffee. I told him to go, take my phone. You can use Apple Pay. In the meantime, he's gone forever. He went live on Instagram.
Oh my God.
And whilst he was live, he was like, should I go and find my mum? And all the comments coming, go and find your mum. Like,
oh my
like
God.
everyone was engaged watching.
It shown like, yeah.
So then he comes up to me with live Instagram and puts the phone in my face. So I'm like that. And all I see is like, because I don't go live on Instagram very often, so it's a bit alien to me, but what I see...
And it brings you to the front of everything.
So then I see not only my face looking like, I don't know, Shrek, and comments, hi, mum has still got it, la la la, your son's amazing. And I'm like, Basil, what's going on? And the thing is, I could have been like, where's my phone? Yeah. What have you done? But I was like, what? Thank God. I was like, what is going on here? And then I had to see the comments. And so then all of a sudden I'm live. I'm like, oh, hi guys. I'm just at a football match. But the thing is, when you go live, to see what has been recorded, you have to post it.
Yes.
You can't just save it.
So
then I had to post it to see if he had basically cancelled me.
Yeah, or like shown your address. Or
shown something. So then I had to watch it, and actually it was quite funny, but I couldn't. But my son was there just. So what I'm trying to say is the fact that this mother went into this girl's phone and accidentally did that. I can see how mortified she was, because I was mortified when my son did it to me.
But it's very hard because like all of us have jobs that are within social media. How do you deal with like editing, when you're working and creating content and stuff, and like getting the right shot or the lighting and stuff at certain times of day that might not be the most convenient times as a mum? How are you with that around the kids? Are you just like, right, I'm working? Or what do you do?
Yeah, well, now they're at school, it's a bit easier, but then I do you inevitably film on the weekend, and I feel like YouTube's very raw and real. It almost doesn't matter so much. But if I'm like working with a brand, or you want it to get a really good shot, and I think they are quite used to it, because I literally started, my eldest was 3 and my youngest was my second was 6 months when I was filming, so I feel like it is a bit second nature to them. It's funny, if we're on holiday with friends and I get a family photo, they're like, how did you make them smile? Like, how did they just do that so quickly? And I'm like, oh, it's just, I don't know, they're just really used to it. They're used to the cameras. Like, it's very, like, I don't know, normal maybe to them. They know, like, if I'm filming to like turn the TV down, or I don't know, like sometimes if I'm like, hi guys, blah blah blah, I'll hear them or just like stop talking, and then they'll finish and then they'll start again.
That's so responsible.
It's weird.
I don't get that. No. I feel like they get even louder, or like want something, mummy, snack. Like, I'm trying to do an Instagram story. If you have enjoyed today's episode, please hit that subscribe button and leave us a 5-star review. Don't forget to follow us on social media for all the updates, and please subscribe to our YouTube page. Thanks for listening to No Parental Guidance. See you next time.